Hi, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing kind of a home decor DIY video. So a little while back I actually did a video on how I completely redid our dining room table. It was just a classic wood table and I kind of flipped it and made it farmhouse style. I painted it and stained it. So I thought I would just kind of continue this little series here on my channel as I work on my house and fix it up a little bit. I'm basically just trying to do everything on a small budget and do a lot of it myself, do a lot of DIY projects. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made these really awesome DIY floating shelves. They kind of have a rustic farmhouse feel and they were very inexpensive and actually surprisingly really easy to put together. So I'm going to show you step by step everything I did to create these beautiful shelves. You can kind of see a little bit of a sneak peek of one of the shelves behind me. I am still working on decorating them, but they are just totally transforming this room, which is our main living room, and I'm so in love with them. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I did. So the very first thing that we did is we went to Lowe's, our local Lowe's, and picked up the materials that I needed. So first I just picked out 4 of the pre-cut wood plank boards. We used pine and they were super easy to find. You just go to the wood section of the store and they have all different cuts and lengths and widths of just different wood planks. 4-foot planks were perfect for the wall space we were working with, so I picked up 4 of those. And then I also grabbed some L hooks, I believe they're called, and that's what we actually use to fasten the shelves to the wall. And then lastly, I picked up some black spray paint, which is what I used on the L hooks to turn them from boring, ugly metal into a matte black. Some of the supplies that I needed for this project I already had at home, like wood stain and screws and things like that. So once we got all that stuff, we headed home, and next I started working on actually the shelves themselves, turning them from wood planks to really gorgeous stained shelves. So the very first thing I did was just give each of the wood planks a good sanding and then brushed all of the sanding dust off. So then it was time to stain the wood. If you can see Rosie's tail, just ignore it. She's sitting right next to me on the couch right now. But I used a stain from Mini Wax. It's actually the same stain I used on my dining room table, the top of it, and I believe it's in the shade Espresso, and basically I just painted that on with a paintbrush going with the grain. I just did 1 coat because I like the way that color payoff turned out. It's kind of a rich, deep, cool toned brown. I really like it. So I went ahead and I stained all 4 of the shelves or the wood planks, and then I let that sit overnight and just completely dry, and the next day I went back and I actually put a top coat or a finish on it, like a wood finish, which is just clear. These aren't really going to be touched or handled ever, so I probably could have just skipped this, but I figured I would just put 1 coat on. The directions actually said to put 2 to 3 coats on and let them dry and then sand in between, but since no one's ever going to be touching these, I just threw on 1 coat and called it a day. Not sure if that's not what you're supposed to do. Seems to be okay thus far. I am so not a pro when it comes to this stuff. I'm just totally winging it, so who knows. The next thing I did was I spray painted all of the L hooks so they would be a nice matte black. I just took them all out in my backyard, threw down a plastic drop cloth and just sprayed them on all sides. That was super easy. And then the next thing to do was actually install them on the wall. So for this part, I actually had Matt come and help me because he's a little bit better with this kind of stuff. I did help out, but he definitely took the reins as far as the installation of my DIY shelves. So the first step to actually hanging them on the wall was choosing where we were going to put them. So we just kind of measured on the wall and figured out where they would fit best, on the wall space that we had. And then we just went ahead and marked those areas for where we kind of wanted the shelves to sit. Then we went ahead and used a handy stud finder to go ahead and just find the drywall, not the drywall, but the wood planks in the wall. I don't even know what the term for those are, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. So we used the stud finder to locate these studs, and then we would actually hammer the L hooks into those studs. You could just put it into the drywall as well. You just need to make sure to get those special hooks, the plastic with the nail inside. It's a 2-for-1 type screw, and those hold a lot of weight, and you can just put it directly in the drywall. You don't need a stud. But our studs were conveniently located to where we kind of wanted to put the L hooks on the wall, so it worked out fine. So once we figured out where the studs were and knew where we were going to be hammering in, we went ahead and just made like a small line on the wall where like the bottom of each shelf would go. And that way we knew exactly where the L hook should kind of like land on the wall, because the L hook was gonna be holding the bottom of the shelf. So once we had that done, he actually went ahead and started putting the L hooks on the wall. And as he was going along, he kept using the level over and over just to make sure that everything was obviously level, but more so that each hook was completely level with each other, so we wouldn't have like crooked shelves, because that would not be good. Then once we had our L hooks on the wall, we went ahead and just plopped each of these shelves on top and then perfectly measured to make sure that it was even on both sides, so it was like perfectly centered on the wall. And then I went in with a pencil. This is actually something I did. I went in with a pencil and marked where we should be screwing these screws into the boards, like through the L hooks. So on the L hooks, there was like a screw that would go into the wall, and then there was also a couple of like screw holes to go up into obviously the shelf so that the whole thing is stable. So I just went in with a pencil and just kind of marked off where those screw holes were, so we knew exactly where to drill, which is what we did next. So we just took our shelves and drilled a hole for each of the screws to go in. It was super straightforward and simple and very, very easy. And then the very last thing to do was just put these shelves back on the wall and screw the wood screws up into the boards through the L hook so that they were secured from the underneath as well. So that was it. It was actually a very simple process, and it was definitely like out of my comfort zone, our comfort zone, because we're not usually using drills and like getting all fancy. Like if anything, we'll like hang a picture frame. But honestly, it was very easy, and both of us were like surprised at how well they turned out. Matt was like, these are actually really great. This is a good idea. And I was like, thank you. They honestly add so much to the room. I am so excited to go in and decorate them. I do have some stuff on here now, but they're all pretty much just like empty picture frames that still need pictures. So I am still working on that, and I'm slowly working on getting this whole living room together in general. And I'm definitely like a few months down the road, I would love to do a living room tour of this whole room once it is like completed. So if you guys want to see a video like that, please let me know, because I would love to film that. I think it would be so fun. But that is all I have for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. If you do try out these DIY shelves, definitely let me know. I would love to see what you guys create and what you come up with and kind of what your visions are. I love doing projects around the house. It's like seriously like so fulfilling for me. I don't know. I just really enjoy it, especially when I can do it on a budget. That makes me even happier. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will definitely have more DIY like home decorating videos coming out. I have a lot of things in mind, including a major kitchen renovation that I am also doing on a major budget. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if you have yet to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, I would love to see you guys on there as well. But that is all I have for this video. I hope that you guys had fun watching it, and I really hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye! Like a back road, driving with my eyes closed. I know every curve like the back of my hand. Doing 15 and 30. I ain't